Hey everybody, it's Rocky. So last night I made another dish that reminded me of my mom. When I was younger, she'd make this dish, this green bean side dish that was basically green beans, onions, tomatoes, bacon, and potatoes, and it was so good. It was probably one of the only vegetable dishes that I liked when I was a kid. So last night I made kind of my own version of that. I didn't put bacon in mine, but you could definitely put bacon in yours if you'd like, you know, either turkey bacon or whatever type of bacon that you prefer. But what I made mine with, basically the same, except instead of using potato, I used cauliflower, and it came out so good. It reminded me so much of when I was growing up as a kid. So if you want to see how I make my green bean side dish, then just keep on watching. Okie dokie, I have a saucepan right here that is filled with boiling water that I heavily salted, and I'm going to go ahead and toss in some cauliflower that I chopped up into bite-sized pieces. Now we're just going to cover this and let it cook until the cauliflower is tender. So while the cauliflower is cooking, I have another pot here going on the stove that I sprayed down with some olive oil spray, and now I'm just tossing in some onions that I diced up. So I have my pan about medium heat, and I'm just going to let these guys cook until they're tender and translucent. My pan is starting to dry out a little bit, so instead of constantly spraying in olive oil spray, I'm just going to add a bit of water. There we go. Alright, my onions are starting to get tender, so what I'm going to do next is toss in some green beans. These were frozen green beans that I just thawed out. I'm going to add a bit of salt. I'm going to add just a little bit of water so nothing dries out at the bottom of my pan. And then I'm going to cover my pan and just allow the green beans to get tender. Alright, this is starting to come together. My green beans are getting soft, and I'm right about to toss in my cauliflower that I just drained. Mix that together. Now I'm going to add in some diced tomatoes, and I got the kind that's no salt added. So I'm just going to pour that right on in. Alright, now we're just going to let this cook. I'm probably just going to cover it and just let it cook so all the flavors come together. It's been cooking for about 5 minutes with the lid on. So at this point, what I like to do is turn the heat to medium, and I like to let it cook the rest of the way with the lid off to allow some of that liquid to dry. That liquid is cooking off nicely. What I want to do right now while it's still cooking is just add a couple of pinches of oregano, and then also some pepper. I think it's time to plate this puppy up. And here we go, another one of my mom's specialties that I've made healthier, but it's still going to be just as delicious. So if anybody has any questions, just go ahead and leave them below. The full recipe and pictures will be on my website, which I'll post a link to below. And until next time, enjoy.